Here it is, the Digigrid D, and it's a bit bigger than I thought, and it's heavy. It's metal. It feels really sturdy, and well, the overall feeling is awesome actually, and the buttons are, yeah. First impressions are that this is this is made for the road rather than for the studio, and that's good because I will actually use it for the live shows. And in the box you will find, of course, the main interface. Then we have a network cable, just a regular cheap one, and the power supply that should really not be necessary because it has power over Ethernet, but we will test that out. The interface has 2 mic inputs and 2 line inputs that can also be instrument inputs for high impedance like guitar or bass. Then we have a monitor output, line output, and then the headphone output as well. Then on the top we have controls for the mic inputs with gain, phantom power, low cut, polarity switch, and the mix button I guess is for direct monitoring, but yeah, we will try that out. For the line we have gain, and then the switch for high impedance stuff, and again the mix button. We have volume for headphones and for the monitors, and the dim and mono button I guess is for both headphones and the monitor output. And then we have the mute switch for the monitor output. So that's what you get. Now let's hook this up and try it out. Alright, so I have played around with the Digigrid D for a while now, and it's quite impressive. I really like it. There are a few things that are not necessarily problems, but just things to be aware of. And one thing is that all of these are, well, they have an ending. They're not endless, but there's no way to tell just how much level you have. Not on the outputs nor on the inputs. So just a marker would be nice. I guess I can just take a pen and make my own marker. But that's one thing. Another thing is that the gain knobs are not stepped. So in this case I have music coming in on 3 and 4, and it's kind of hard to get the exact same level on both of these. Because they are not stepped, so you just have to kind of, yeah, you have to guess and or listen. Again, it's not a big deal, just something to be aware of. So the device just showed up in the system inventory, and with just a quick firmware update and then a restart of the device, everything just works. One thing is that the power over Ethernet thing does not work for me. It might be that my switches don't send out power. I guess that's the problem, because if I remove the power cable, everything dies. So for me at least, I need to have the power cable in the device in order to make it work. Another thing to just be aware of is that on the box it says 4 line outputs and 1 headphone outputs, and that's, well, it's not true. It's just that the device have 4 outputs, and the monitor output and the headphone output are always the same. So in this case on the Q I will send let's see, I will send this one to line out 1 and 2, and by doing so, let's see, let's send this one, I will have signal on both the headphones and the monitor output. So it's not possible to send different signals to the headphones and the monitor output. Another thing is the metering, and here I have music coming in, so if I turn this up to hit what would be 12 dBs, just barely hitting 12 dBs, looking at the LV1 we are hitting like 6 dB. So there's about 6 dBs difference in the metering for some reason, and I'm not sure why, but that's the way it is. The headphone amp is really powerful, and you can really damage your ears if you want to. The knobs, as I said, these they feel nice. And let's have a listen to the mic input. This is me talking into the V7 and just give it a bit of gain. And again, the same thing is that it shows less signal on the interface than on the LV1. So just be aware that you don't want to gain too much looking at the meter on the interface, because then it will be kind of too loud on the LV1, and I'm not sure what's up with that, but yeah, that's the way it is. The mix button will send this mic directly to the headphones and to the monitors. So and that's one thing to be aware of before you hit this mix button, because at this point you have no idea how loud this one is turned up, and as soon as you hit the mix button you will send full blast to the monitor output. So if this is really loud and you hit this button, well, you will have some problems. So yeah, it's a nice box. I will take this on the road this weekend and see how it performs. I'm sure it will be great. And yeah, it gets a bit warm, not hot, but there are some heating. Well, not all that much, but warmer than my hand. So yeah. Anyways, let me know if you have any questions. Take care.